The Government of Canada, a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion and Protection laureate, pledged $30 million to support the continuation of charitable relief programs in Yemen. The announcement was made at an international pledging conference co-hosted by the United Nations and Saudi Arabia. Yemen's fragile situation intensified in the first half of 2020 with the appearance of COVID-19, even as widespread flooding led to the return of cholera, malaria, and other diseases. Lack of funding forced about 3/4 of UN programs in the country to suspend operations, while the World Food Programme had to reduce rations by 50%. Our heartfelt gratitude, Canada, for your responsive oneness. May the resilient Yemeni people soon welcome brighter tomorrows, as our world upgrades to a more compassionate and thus blissful abode for all beings, in the sheltering grace of the divine.
Report reveals big dairy's alarming impact on the environment. According to an article called Milking the Planet, published by the non-profit Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy, or IATP, in the United States, the total combined greenhouse gases emitted by 13 of the world's biggest dairy operations increased by 11% between 2015 and 2017. In spite of the country's acceptance of emissions reductions under the Paris Agreement, these corporations added 32.3 million metric tons of pollution to the atmosphere, the equivalent of 6.9 million passenger cars being driven for a year. Shefali Sharma, director of IATP Europe and author of the article, concludes by saying it is time to hold these businesses accountable for their climate footprints. We applaud your insightful report, Shefali Sharma, and offer our gratitude to the Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy. May humans stop consuming animal products altogether and switch to plant-based living in heaven's upliftment.
Rural households gain access to electricity in Rwanda. With support from its development partners, Ignite Power was able to deliver low-cost solar energy systems to 5,000 families in just 2 months. Aside from a photovoltaic panel, each installation includes lithium battery storage, USB chargers, fixed lamps, and a rechargeable radio. The constructive campaign is especially significant at a time when freedom of movement is restricted due to COVID-19. For a flat rate of less than $1 per month, customers can plug in their cell phones, listen to broadcasts, and light their homes after the sun has set. The company's achievement in Rwanda is an extension of its success in Africa, where it has brought electricity to more than 1 million people. Our compliments and gratitude, Ignite Power and financial supporters. May the tender-hearted citizens of Rwanda be blessed with outer progress and inner peace in the Almighty's abiding care.
Elastic spine designed for soft robot mimics the flexibility of cheetahs. Robotics engineers at North Carolina State University in the United States studied the way that the world's fastest land animals move. They then duplicated the mechanics and found that by having only 2 of their prototype forefeet on the ground at a time, it could move 3 times faster than robots that keep all forefeet on a flat solid surface. The tiny silicon softbot is activated by pumping air into different internal channels, but future versions may be fitted with electromagnetic actuators for greater speed. Moreover, the scientists say their proof of concept model is scalable, meaning it could be enlarged to human size or shrunk to become microscopic. Amazing news, North Carolina State University researchers. Your golden age technology heralds a bright future for all life-affirming peoples on Earth in God's boundless love.
Octogenarian wins recognition for reducing litter in Wentworthshire. On World Environment Day, June 5th, Mr. Robert Bob Jolly was named the winner of the 2020 New South Wales Environmental Citizen of the Year Award. The 81-year young gentleman has been cleaning up his part of the state for years, picking up bottles and cans, recycling them through the government's Return and Earn program, and donating the proceeds to meaningful community projects. For example, Mr. Jolly gave more than $17,000 toward a new skate park and is currently contributing to a new daycare center and youth center. Congratulations, Mr. Robert Jolly, and thank you for your exceptional dedication to the environment and your community. May we all do our part to beautify the planet in the radiance of the Providence. Coming up, pandemic spurs interest in plant-based diets across Britain. We will take a moment to pray for a world at peace, where social justice ensures that everyone has access to goods and services, legal protections and opportunities to participate in decision-making.
Upward vegan trends since COVID-19. Market research agency Mintel has published a report describing 3 trends among consumers in the United Kingdom since the arrival of the new coronavirus. Foremost, there is increased interest in going vegan, followed by a renewed faith in the health benefits of consuming plants and the reflexive behavior of stacking up of shelf-stable supplies. 1/4 of British millennials aged between 21 and 30 say the pandemic has made plant-based eating more attractive. Indeed, the swell of interest extends beyond that demographic to 12% of the entire population. Analysts suggest that people may also be thinking that by abstaining from animal products, they are exercising their compassion and doing something to mitigate the climate crisis. Our delighted appreciation, Mintel, for your insights pointing beyond the current uncertainty to marvelous days ahead in celestial favor and protection.
Pradeep Payur of Kerala, India, regards dogs and cats as his brothers and sisters. When Pradeep was a teenager, his father welcomed stray animals into their home and treated them as honored guests. Pradeep has continued the kindness and now has more than 40 furry friends, occupying 3 rooms in the house. The devoted caregiver wakes up at 4:30 a.m. to walk, feed, and groom his charges before going to his full-time job. He is assisted by his mother, who prepares the food, and his veterinarian friends, who have given him much practical training. Over the past 2 decades, Pradeep has taken in, nursed back to health, and found homes for over 1,000 four-legged angels. Our hearts are touched, Pradeep Payur. May your shining example inspire others to open their hearts and recreate paradise on earth.
Supreme Master Ching Hai thankfully present the Shining World Compassion Award to Pradeep Payur, plus $10,000 for your touching and caring efforts, with all love and gratitude. May heaven forever safeguard you, all helpers such as mom and friend vets, and all the precious animals you care for in God's mercy.